tuned in to the Man Lounge with Franky and that dude right here on power214.com. Yo, this is Mr. Lee, and you're listening to Power 214, man.
Funny! Tweet! Rockin' with Power 214, man. Tune in on the radio.
Yo, you're rocking with Miss Love. Make sure you stick with us here at Power 214.
What's going on? CEO American Monster Gill right here, all the way from Las Vegas. You need to be tuning in to Power 214.
It's PME LaRun. We rockin' with Power 214. You did.
Hey, it's Queen Cole here.
It's your boy King Nord.
And we are with Royalty.
Welcome back to another episode. Hey man, you're tuned into the Man Lounge on power214.com. You're here with Franky and that
motherfucking dude.
That dude. And our special co-host guest today, the beautiful
Sammy.
I think we renamed you, Sam. Like my kids got on IG one day.
Sammy, that's it.
Yeah.
It's fucking Sammy.
Well, you know what? That's funny because I only put Sam because it's so much shorter than Samantha, and Sammy is usually what everybody calls me.
Sammy's like the cool version.
Yeah, Sammy with an I, not a Y.
I knew I heard somebody call you Sammy. Because I didn't make that shit up. We was in the garage talking. You said you just changed the name and everything. I'm like,
well, before we get the rolling, crew, hey man, you guys just got finished listening to DJ Troy Boy out there in East Texas. He did that Memphis to Louisiana mix for him, so make sure you follow him on Instagram, DJ Troy Boy 903 on IG. Also, in the Man Lounge, when we get into the second hour of the show, that is our freestyle hour. So during our freestyle hour, you're going to hear a little bit of everything. So
you should have like some music here so you can do like a freestyle.
Well, we only have a bored person right now. I don't know what T-Love is doing. But as soon as T-Love get back, we'll get some music that we can talk over. But this is going to be our freestyle hour, and it's going to be hosted by your boy, that dude. So, hey, man, that dude, what you got going on, man? What's going on with this
we got a lot of things going on. First I got to get over this irritation with Sammy and shit.
Woo, irritation.
So, Sammy, some of you may know, Sammy was supposed to be in the studio last week, hanging out with us.
She was supposed to be our special guest.
Yeah, we had, bottle of Crown,
I had some
sipping.
Complications.
Pregnant women with no amniotic fluid have complications.
You know what I'm saying? Were you hospitalized?
No.
Okay, well, you should
Was I
have been
bleeding? No. But my phone was.
But she did communicate.
Your phone.
But she did communicate.
I did. I went old school and sent an email.
To Shampoo. I saw it.
Of all the damn people.
That's cool, though. And
why you send it to him?
Because she ain't got my email.
No, I don't have. Yeah, I sent it to your email.
You sent it to my email?
Yeah, you the one showed it to me.
Yeah.
I thought Shampoo forwarded it to me like, hey, this is what Sammy sent.
I sent it
you sent that to me?
myself.
Oh, my bad.
Both y'all on some bullshit right now.
Fuck off, Shampoo. You ain't get no credit. You sent that shit to me. Good job, son.
What the fuck are you blaming me for?
Hey, man, don't fuck up that old man's test right now, Shampoo.
No, so I went to the BSR Park in Waco. Have y'all ever been?
What is that?
It's where you can surf. They have a cable park where you water ski.
Sounds dangerous.
No, it's really fun. And then they have these 4 slides that you go down and throws you up in the air.
Do they have anything that just reflects like a beachfront and some chairs and some water?
Yes, they do. At the surfing place, you could just lay there and watch them surf, and the waves come in like a little beach.
There we go.
Then they have a lazy river.
I'm lazy.
They have all kinds of things.
Appropriate.
But my phone fell on the gravel and broke.
Is this a place for like adults?
It's mostly. But you can take your kids. I would say maybe 11 and up.
Okay.
Because anybody younger.
My 7-year-old's like a 15-year-old.
So if a guy is interested in taking you on a date, this may be a good place.
No, it's not the place to go.
Take you.
Because Sammy
I'm not fixing to show.
She got a rough tan today. She is tanned up today. I can tell she had on a spaghetti strap. She's had on.
I have so many bathing suits, so I'll just pick one, and then I forget that I get dark like this,
and they're all changing.
And then I'm wearing all of the bathing suits all the time. And then it doesn't help that I'm wearing the strapless dress, so now my shoulders. But it's to get even.
So, guys, she's giving y'all the mental picture right now of what she's wearing right now.
Well, if you get on her live, if you go to what, Girl on Fire 219?
Well, so we have a podcast on Mondays from 9 p.m. to 11, so y'all check it out. It's Saying Things Podcast. You can go type it into Google. It's on all platforms. Spotify. It's on iPad, Apple. It's on everything. And then my personal page is Girl on Fire 219.
Girl on Fire 219. I see
Yes.
that everywhere. Every time I open up my IG, Girl on Fire. Took me like 3 days to figure out what the hell. Who the hell is this?
The Flames.
And then you saw me, and you were like, "Oh, it's Sammy."
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Oh, was that when you were mad?
Yeah.
No. This was
Oh.
prior. This was before when I was still on that catfishing shit y'all be doing.
That's right, because she's with
She's straight out of Oak Cliff. But if you
Pacific
look at
Islander.
it, she's like she's a Pacific Islander.
You
or
know
the
what? I
Caribbeans
get that
or
all the
something.
time. So I go to this bar occasionally.
Occasionally. There we
Define
go. There we go.
occasionally.
That shit.
Like a Cheers.
And you just walk in, Sammy!
Yeah. And but it's so funny because there's this one guy, and every time I see him, he does not know who I am because I
You change your
straighten my
hair.
hair.
I told you last
and
time. I was like, man, she looks different.
Yeah, and then I put it up in a bun, and I do it all. I put
So
it
she goes from like
two.
Asian to like hip Hispanic girl to
She's had different hair when we seen her.
Yeah.
where you be
I
at?
mean, same hair, but
No,
different
yeah,
styles.
yeah.
Yeah.
She went from California to Mexico to Dominican one day. Like she's got.
I get it all the time.
Well, I have a different
So
hairstyle every
funny.
time we meet too. So.
I know, I saw it. I saw it.
T Love, so I get
I
some
can feel that.
voiceover music.
I can feel that. So, okay, so you know, we've been talking for the last couple of weeks about doing this dating thing.
Yes.
You expressed to us that you and your sister have been dating around. Your words.
I know it was
your
my words,
words.
but let me recant that. We have been on dates, and they just are dates. Like, they never go past the first.
Okay, let me ask why. And
Why?
bro, I'm gonna just pop in and out. He'll lead that. I just want to pop. Why? What's going on? That was the number one question during the contest: is what is wrong with these girls?
It's either one party loses interest, and you know that connection is lost. Like, after the
It's
first...
the first date. How is there?
Well, you so many people nowadays are so into texting instead of calling, and sometimes, like, my sister's more of a texter than a caller.
So you can blame
She
that on
said-
social media. You can blame all that on social media because we've lost the confidence to speak face to face with
Right.
each other.
It's so much more comfortable behind a phone to say things that you're not comfortable in front of that person.
Well, whatever happened to not saying things that you're not comfortable with saying? Period.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
No.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Why
I mean,
wouldn't you?
me personally, if I'm not comfortable confronting you or saying something to you, I'm not going to wait to get out of your presence to send some type of communication.
Yeah. I
Okay, but
guess.
what that is like me. If I'm not gonna say it in your face, I'm not gonna say it behind your back. So, but I think that's different when you're on social media. You know,
Yeah.
it's just something that you just want to say, but you just don't feel comfortable just talking in front of people. There are
And you're
some people-
confident enough to send it through a text
Yeah.
or, you know. But another thing is sometimes they just say something that's a real turn off, like,
They're taking a
Okay.
stab in the dark.
yeah.
shooting
it's
that
like-
shot while on the first date.
Yeah.
You just-
And you're
Come on now.
like, okay, that was too much for a first date, but you know what? Let's just continue. Let's
Too many
go.
shots, not enough alcohol.
Man,
Yeah.
man, it's just hard to find somebody that you're compatible with nowadays because every social media's got it to where you can just pick and choose. If you're tired of that one,
Well,
they
see,
go
the
to
convenience is what's ruined it. So out of that, but I mean, what type of intentions do you go into a first date with? Aren't you just trying to figure out what this person is about, who they are, type of deal? Not necessarily.
not if you're going to
gotta
be
have
with them
a-
for the rest of your life.
You don't know that on
obviously.
date one.
You're just trying to figure out if you want to see them again.
Yeah,
On day one.
on
You know,
date
you're
one,
just
you're
trying to-
like, okay, let's try this.
All right, so out of-
You may have forgotten about the dating scene. You've been out of it for a minute,
Yeah,
haven't
I
you?
don't
How
know
long
if
you been
your-
married?
I don't know if your
You been
advice
10,
is
12,
I'm going on
11,
11. I'm going on 11 years.
So you know,
I give marriage advice. He can give dating advice.
yeah, well, that's true. Because my marriage lasted for 18 minutes.
So a minute longer than last week.
Oh gosh.
But no, so the internet has changed a lot of dating. You know, especially when from when the type of person I am, I don't want to talk to somebody online.
That was a quick stop.
As a single man, I've never had a successful online date. Okay, and you know, for those of you who know my past, know I'm a swinger and all that kind of stuff. So couples and things like that, I've met online successfully.
Right.
But as a single man, I've never had a successful online date. It's because, a lot of part of conversation is body language.
Yeah.
You wasn't raised that way.
I wasn't raised to talk.
No, you wasn't raised that way just to be convenient on a computer.
Right,
you was raised the way to old school.
But you have to change with the times. These are the times now. This is how people meet. And with guys, we're gonna go where the females are. If females go to the store, we're gonna go to the store. If they go to church, we're gonna go to church. If they go online, we're gonna go online. So,
and it's weird dating online just because, I'm not saying I haven't. I've met, I want to say 2 people off being online, and I've gone to where they were, and we've met up. But I've only done it like at a Starbucks, or it's never been like a full on date, just because I'm not comfortable.
Well, back up. So out of these dates, how many of them would you call successful?
Neither one of them.
None of them?
Well, I've been on 2 off the internet.
Okay.
Okay.
No. I'm talking about since you've been single.
Oh, there's been a few successful ones, but
And what happened to those?
we just eventually just lost the connection that was there. Like, one of us would not text, or the other one would not text, and then I would be the one reaching out, or it could have been the other way around. They were trying to reach out to me, and I was just like,
See, I don't trust technology. Coming up, when cell phones first came out, dropping a signal, not getting text messages.
Nowadays, that's not
common.
a problem, though.
No, it's a problem. Literally,
No.
I'm in Outback at lunch. My boy's coming through. He's calling me. He's standing next to me in Outback calling me. My phone is not ringing. He sent me messages, the whole 9. Now, had we not talked prior to, he would not have known to come there. But I'm just saying, I don't trust technology like that. I've sent messages that don't go through. You get all your checks. You get the scene on their side.
And
But
then
I think
there's the weirdos online. That tell you, hey, well, if you want to come and have a date, let's just go to my house. No, sir.
It's
I
what I
don't
tell people.
think so.
It's what I tell people all the time. It's the
No.
anonymity factor, and then with that, I don't know how many of you guys watch that show, Catfish.
Yeah.
It allows you to be anybody you want to be online, so you can impress people to the max.
But see,
just by
that
being
show,
online.
I don't understand how people can date online for 5 years and not see each other.
It
Those
happens.
people have problems.
Man.
Yeah, it happens, especially if
Obviously,
you're not
they
who
made
you
a
say
whole
you
show
are.
about it.
Yeah, if you're not who you say you are, and you're pretending to be this person, and you get conversation that you wouldn't normally get by being yourself, by somebody seeing who you actually are, it fills a void for them. So, and I think that's where it comes in about when guys see you, they're like, "What's wrong with her?"
They feel like they're getting catfish.
Yeah, because I mean, let's just
Sam,
be
you're
real.
not an ugly girl. You're a
Let's
beautiful
just be
woman.
real. So anywhere you go, I'm sure guys step to you. That being the case,
I've heard, and that's the thing. I get a lot of people that say, I bet there's so many people who come up to you and ask for your number, or you get hit on so often. And that's not the case. The case is that, and I've asked people, I'm like, why wouldn't you come up to me? Or I've gone and approached somebody, and they're like, well, I was going to go and talk to you, but... And I'm like, but why? You just look unapproachable. And I didn't know that was a thing.
That is a thing. And another thing is people that not act out of their character, but they act different than the way they look. What I mean by that is people assume that attractive people or handsome people
Are stuck up.
Well, not necessarily stuck up, that they know how to manage a relationship because they're so handsome or they're so attractive. They've been through so much. But then when you find out that this person is like,
I don't believe
well,
that shit.
I'll give you an example. Remember when we were talking about my partner? We won't put a name out there, but remember we were talking about my partner that don't live in the States? Mm-hmm. Okay, so and I got more than one partner that don't live in the States. But the assumption is, okay, because he's a handsome dude, we see him exemplifying behavior behind somebody like he a simp. Like, this is his first girlfriend ever.
Yeah.
And so we're like, whoa, man, we got to pull the reins back here. And so through protocol, okay, because he's a mutual friend.
Okay.
And we share, the mutual friend that we share, I had to go to him and be like, yo, your boy is violating rules. We can't do it like this. Like, he knows the game. He's behaving this way. This is making us look bad. Like, you need to fucking go talk to this dude before we have a problem.
Oh, gosh.
And it wasn't going to be a problem in the sense that I'm going to step to him or nothing like that. It's just out of respect for what we stand for as a crew. And so when you see certain crew members acting like that, you're like, whoa, well, this dude, he's handsome, and I know this ain't his first girlfriend. Like, why he acting like that? So I said all that to say, I can understand how somebody could look at you and be like, I have no shot in hell in talking to her.
And I guess that's what we talked about on our last show is there a out of your league?
We talked about it on social media.
So I just don't. For me, I don't think. I guess for me, there's no out of my league. It's just the standards and the expectations that somebody has could qualify as being
Your league.
out of your league or in your league. Or
those are your
below
boundaries.
Yeah.
That's your structure.
I think some people do follow that. I don't consider myself an attractive person. I'm in a room with two very attractive people right now, but
I woke up like this.
I don't think there's an out of my league. I mean, because I look at my ex-wife. My ex-wife is beautiful. Most of the women that I've dated are beautiful. You know, matter of fact, I even had one guy tell one of my other brothers. He was like, "She dating him? Fuck yeah, she dating me, bitch." So I don't believe in this out of my league, because if you show the confidence, you know, most women are receptive of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's the
so-
confidence
I think
and
she's
the
still talking about the
personality.
introduction. Just getting to the hello.
But social media doesn't help that. If you're so used to hiding behind a keyboard or telephone, you know, then you forget.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say telephone anymore.
What's wrong with telephone?
Cell phone, phone. Nobody
I found
says
a payphone.
telephone.
I found a payphone last
Is it not a phone? Is it not a telephone? Is it not
The
a
telly.
Go ahead.
I didn't even know they still had home landlines.
So what I mean, you get used to that, and so now you're not used to approaching people. You're not used to talking to people. That's one thing I can say. We never have that problem because
I did. I used to have that problem. Remember he was like, "I'm proud of you, man. It actually came out of you." One night in Memphis, it was liquid courage like a mug, but
I don't even think you were drinking that night.
I wasn't. I probably wasn't. I go through my phases, Sammy. Sometimes I'm like the town drunk, and sometimes I'm like
That's me.
I'm like the AA advisor. Like, you shouldn't have that drink.
Yeah, but he was sober when he got his tattoos.
yeah, I remember all mine.
all mine.
All underage and on purpose.
All mine were not